Welcome to our video. Today we will be looking at deductions you can claim against your assessable income in your tax returns. In relation to claiming tax deductions, there are a few simple rules that you need to know. 1. You must have spent the money yourself and weren't reimbursed by your employer. 2. The expenses relate directly to earning your income. 3. You must have a record to prove it you incurred the expense. 4. You can only claim the income-related purpose of the expenses. Some common work-related expenses include motor vehicle expenses. If you use your own car to perform work-related duties, you may be able to claim a deduction for car expenses. Travel expenses can be claimed when you incur expenses for travel-related activities such as airfares and accommodation for attending work-related activities like a conference. Self-education expenses. You may be able to claim a deduction for self-education expenses if your self-education relates to your current work activities as an employee. Home office expenses. If you are an employee who works from home, you may be able to claim a deduction for expenses you incur relating to that work. For more detailed guidance on the expenses we have already mentioned, please refer to our comprehensive videos in our library. Tools and equipment. If you buy tools, equipment or other assets to help produce your income, you can claim a deduction for some or all of the cost. If you use these items for both work and private purposes, you will need to apportion the amount you claim. For example, if you have a computer that you use for private purposes for half of the time, you can only deduct 50% of the cost. The type of deduction you claim depends on the cost of the asset. If it cost more than $300, a deduction is claimed over a number of years, depreciation. If it cost $300 or less, an immediate deduction is claimed for the whole cost. You must keep receipts and be able to substantiate when the asset was first used for work purposes as well as how business use is calculated. Examples of tools, equipment or assets: calculators, computers and software, desks, chairs and lamps, filing cabinets and bookshelves, hand tools, such as spanners, hammers and screwdrivers or power tools, and professional libraries. You can also claim the cost of repairing and insuring your tools and equipment and any interest on money you borrowed to buy these items. Clothing and uniform expenses. You can claim a deduction for the cost of buying and cleaning. Occupation-specific clothing, for example, checkered chef pants. Protective clothing, for example, steel-capped boots, high-vis safety vests, aprons, or sunscreen. Unique, distinctive uniforms made specifically for your employer with their logo permanently attached. However, you cannot claim a deduction for the cost of purchasing or cleaning clothes that are not specific to your occupation, even if your employer says it is compulsory, for example, suit. Ordinary clothes, for example, jeans, drill shirts, shorts, trousers, socks, or closed shoes. If you receive an allowance from your employer for laundry expenses, you can only claim the amount actually spent and the allowance is assessable income. You must have written evidence, such as diary entries and receipts, to be kept for a representative period of at least 1 month for your laundry expenses if both of the following apply. The amount of your claim is greater than $150. Total claim for work-related expenses exceeds $300. If you do not need to provide written evidence for your laundry expenses, you may use a reasonable basis to work out your claim. Claiming mobile phone, internet and home phone expenses. If you use your own phone or internet for work purposes, you may be able to claim a deduction. If you use your phone or internet for both work and private use, you will need to work out the percentage that reasonably relates to your work use. To claim a deduction of more than $50, you need to keep records for a 4-week representative period in each income year. These records may include diary entries, including electronic records, and bills. If you bought a smartphone, tablet or other electronic device and you use it for work, you can claim a deduction for a percentage of its cost. Work-related seminars or conferences. You can claim the cost of attending seminars, conferences or training courses to maintain or increase the knowledge, capabilities or skills you need to earn your income in your current employment. This can include formal education courses provided by professional associations. Union fees and subscriptions. You can claim a deduction for union fees, subscriptions to trade, business or professional associations. As you can see, there are a lot of deductions that you can claim if you have incurred them in gaining your assessable income. Some are quite simple to understand and others quite complex, so if you are unsure of your eligibility to claim a deduction, it is best to seek some guidance from either the Australian Taxation Office, a tax agent, or the Australian tax clinics. Don't forget to watch the more detailed videos in our library on some of the deductions we spoke about. Thank you for watching our video.